Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hey, I'm out here messing with a bug. You know, something that I didn't mention to you guys last time is that on these old bugs, or probably a lot of older convertibles, like really old, you know, once that top is down, it completely blocks the view of your rear view mirror because it stays up enough. So, as it is with these cars, when the top's up, you have a better view because of the window. But these mirrors on the side are so small that it's really hard to see. So I got the idea from riding around with a friend in a limo. In this limo, it had the mirror was a camera, and it was on 24 hours. So anytime you drove, it was constantly on, and you could see everything behind you. So that's when it hit me like, you know what? I should put a backup camera in this, you know. But one thing I learned about these backup cameras, I wasn't sure how they work, but they are so simple to connect. Every time you hear people talking about them, they'll say, you just hook it up to your reverse wire. Okay, I know what the reverse wire is, but not everybody does. What the reverse wire is when you put it in reverse and you see your white reverse lights turn on, that's where the reverse wire goes to. So it's just a positive wire that you tap into or connect. But what they don't tell you is it is so simple to connect these. All you need to do is, it's two wires. They're back here. I just have an extra battery. It's just a negative wire and a positive wire. That is it. That is what causes it to run this backup camera. And actually, I got the cheapest backup camera on Amazon, which is $37. I'm an Amazon Prime, so they just send it to me. It's got an okay picture. I figured I'd try that one out because my truck is a 2007, and the backup camera has been amazing since I got that truck. That's the first truck I had a backup camera in, and it has been a tremendous help. But I figured this one would probably be better. It's about the same. So if you buy this $37 camera, it is equivalent to like 10-year-old technology. So, I mean, now that I know this, I mean, it seemed to be fine. But now that I know this, I might have spent 80 bucks, I guess. The one I really wanted looked just like a mirror, and I made this bracket up here, so to hold it up there, and I made this bracket that way I could put it there on the existing holes that are in the mirror. That way, if I ever put the original mirror back or I get rid of it or whatever, they can just put the original mirror back in the exact location it goes. But for the most part, it is only two wires that you hook up. Here's the positive and negative. So what you would do to run it like this all the time, I would probably find an ignition hotspot, meaning down in the fuse box in newer cars, they have their own spots that are empty where you can plug in to a positive side of the fuse box, and when you turn on the ignition, it turns on just like the radio. So that's what I'm gonna end up doing is finding a positive wire that I can just, when the ignition turns on, it'll be on. And it helped. We drove it last night. I'm going to drive it around with light out so you guys can see how, you know, like I said, it's $37, 10-year-old technology. It comes with, you put it on the license plate. Now, I'm not going to leave it there. I just put it there. It's for right now to show, and this adjusts up and down. So it doesn't matter if the plate's this way up, you just adjust it down like this. What I'm probably going to do is run it underneath everything through here and make a bracket where I can bolt on to this right here and where it's underneath the bumper. Because I think right here with the heat that comes from the engine being in the back, it's just not going to be good for those wires. So I think it'd be better back here. And mainly the reason, so I could see what's behind me. When I'm driving, I can't see nothing with this top right here. I just don't, unless it's a big old truck behind me with a lift kit, you really can't see what's behind you. So I figured with that one there, I could always see what's behind me like I did in that giant limousine that I was with a friend and other friends, I guess. And so that's what we're going to do. But for the most part, like I said, people just tell you that they hook it up to their reverse wire. And like I said, whatever that means to most of the world, I know what it means, but you know. And it's just these two wires right here. That's it. So you just find so you could, if you want it 20 running all the time, you would just run this positive wire here. This ground, you could probably just ground it anywhere under the body or find a negative wire down there. But this one right here, you just find an ignition wire, a hot ignition wire. So when you turn on the key, it'll turn on like your radio, just like that, and then it'll be on every time you're driving it. Right now I have it straight to a battery, so it's constantly on. But you get these two wires right here, the red goes to red and the white goes to yellow. This extra yellow wire is for another camera. If you want to put one in the front, I guess. I don't know, or another one in the back. But if you want to run another camera, you would just hook up the other camera to this wire right here, and that's it. You can even run it off your cigarette lighter. Here's the box right here. This is the $37 reverse backup camera on Amazon. Like I said, it's about 10-year-old technology, the picture to me, I think. But like I said, I'm gonna give it a drive and see how it goes, you know. Let me open this. It comes with this right here. This is a cable for your cigarette lighter, but my cigarette lighter doesn't work in this car. I just found that out from. And this right here, you would connect to those two wires that I just showed you, the negative to the negative and the positive, and it just disconnects. And you would actually plug this in your cigarette lighter like this, and back those two wires would be connected to this, and you would just plug that in right there and then turn on the button. But like I said, mine cigarette lighter doesn't work. So like I said, I'm just gonna hook it up to an ignition wire, so every time I turn on the key, it turns on, and when I'm turn off the key, it turns off. Now some of them come with a button right here where you can turn it off, turn it on, and so if you ran it direct to the battery, you could just turn, but you'd probably forget how to do it. You'd probably forget that you left it on sometimes and it'd stay on for hours. But I don't think it would drain much of the battery, man. These cameras, I really thought, when I first decided to do one, I thought, you know, that they'd be more complicated, or in an old car like this one, that it would drain the battery or something. But no, it's got three little buttons in the back. I don't know if you can see them. The middle one is to control but I already tried it. You hit the middle one, brightness comes out. You can raise the brightness, lower the brightness, but it seems like it doesn't matter what I do. Hit the middle button again, brightness, contrast, all the ones that tint, all the ones that you see, English, 16:9, and then once you press it, you go up or down. But I've adjusted it every way, and it just looks the same no matter what you do to it. Like I said, there's some cameras that are, this one's 37 all the way to $400. So, and I'm sure the ones more expensive they are, the better they get. But I just thought I would show you guys why I decided to put in a backup camera, because you can't see nothing. But I'm trying to see what else I remember. But that's about it. But they are so easy to connect. I thought they'd be a lot more complicated. I'm going to figure out where I run these wires and tuck them under and do all that. But it's pretty, you get 16 feet of cable right here, which is a lot. I think my truck is 18 feet long, so 16 feet is quite a bit of cable. So if you're inside the cab in the camera. Oh, and then the thing about this camera is that this is made, it had a sticky thing up here, and you put it on somewhere and it sticks. But I just put it upside down and it just pops off in the back. I don't know if you can see that. But it just pops off. So instead of it, when I put that up there, I just flipped it over. It would be connected like this. See it? And then I flipped it over, and that was it. And once I flipped it over, and then it snaps. This bracket came out really cool, by the way. I just thought I would mention that. It just bolts to the existing holes, and then I made it a piece down here that was even with that, and then I welded it back there to, you know, painted it black. But other than that, but just giving you a basic idea how to hook up a backup camera in an old car. I mean, an old Bug, an old Camaro, an old Chevelle. I mean, it's pretty simple, just a positive and negative wire, and then a matter of taking the time to hide all this wire. See, I don't know where I'm going to put it, you know. But I'll probably make a video taking a cruise so you guys can see how it looks. Alright, well thanks guys, and like I said, hit the like button or subscribe or share or do whatever you want to do, but I'd appreciate it. Thanks.